Hello students, I hope you all will be good at your places. And as you know that we were studying the chapter 7 sound in physics, and in this sequence I will tell you today the sound of human being and the animals, means how they produce their sound, and after that the movement of sound, means propagation of sound. Then after some important terms related to the sound I will tell you in this chapter. So first of all I will make you understand the sound of the human being and animal, how they produce their sound. Okay, human being and the animal produce their sound with the help of the voice box, that is also called the larynx. Okay, and larynx is found in their throat. It is found in their throat, and inside the larynx there are two folds are there. Okay, there are two folds are there, and these folds are called the vocal cord. And when the human being and the animal try to speak, the air pass through these vocal cords, and these vocal cords start vibrating and produce the sound. So by this process, human being and animal produce the sound. Okay, because of this they speak and we can hear their sound. Got it? After that, the propagation of the sound, means movement of the sound. How the sound move in the air and how the sound reach to our ear. Okay, for this I have just drawn one diagram here. This is the string of the guitar. Okay, when you will stretch and release this string, what happens? This string will start moving to and fro. What is the meaning of to and fro? Means backward and the forward motion. Okay, this type of motion is called a vibratory motion, and because of this vibratory motion, the air molecule which is present around the string, they are just disturbed. Okay, and as the string was doing to and fro motion, all the particles start moving to and fro. Suppose this is the nearest particle to the string. When the string is released, string just start moving to and fro, and because of this to and fro motion, the first particle which is nearest to the string start moving to and fro. This first particle just hit the second particle, another particle, and second particle start moving to and fro. And same way the third particle just start moving to and fro after hitting the second particle. Same way the all particles just start moving to and fro, and so on. And because of this disturbance in the air molecule, the sound is reached to our ear and we are able to listen. Okay. So because of this vibrating motion, we are just able to hear the sound. Got it? Means transfer of energy of air molecule helps sound to travel in the medium, and this is called the propagation of the sound. Got it? Now compression and the rarefaction. I will tell you what is the compression and the rarefaction. As I told you that all the particles present in the air move to and fro. Okay. So when all the particles, here I gave you the example of the one particle, but in the air lots of particles are there, and when they crowded together, so this type of condition seen, and it is called a compression. Okay, it is called a compression. And when they get apart, जब वो दूर हो जाते हैं, so this type of condition is seen, and this is called the rarefaction. Got it? Now I will tell you some important terms related to the sound. Before that, I would like to tell you that sound always moves in form of the wave. This is the mean position of the wave or a molecule. This upper part shows the compression. Here the air molecules are crowding together. Okay, and here they are getting apart. Got it? And the highest distance of a molecule or a wave from the mean position is called the amplitude. Got it? This is also the amplitude. This is the highest distance from the mean position of the wave or the molecule. Okay. Now after that, what is the wavelength? When a particle of a air complete a one vibration, it is called a wavelength. Suppose a particle starts from here, so from here to here, it is called a one vibration. Okay. And from here to here, it is called a one vibration. So it is the wavelength. Got it? It is the distance. Got it? When a particle completes a one vibration, it is called a wavelength. After that, the time period. What is the time period? The time taken by the one particle to complete the one vibration is called the time period. Okay, and the unit of the time period is the second. And here I told you the wavelength. The wavelength is represented by the lambda. Wavelength is represented by lambda. Now the frequency. What is the frequency? The number of vibrations completed by a particle in 1 second is called the frequency. It is represented by the n, and the unit of the frequency is hertz. Okay. In short, it is written Hz. After that, the amplitude, I have already told you. Amplitude, what is the amplitude? The highest distance of the particle from the mean position is called the amplitude. Okay, and the unit of the amplitude is the meter. Got it? So these were the important things which I told you in sound today. Till then, you just keep practice of all these things. Thank you.